Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre emphasized that crime reduction should never be viewed through a political lens. He firmly stated that any decline in crime rates is a victory for the nation, not for any particular politician. The Prime Minister warned against any attempts, whether direct or indirect, to sabotage the proper functioning of law enforcement, especially out of a misguided belief that such actions could influence electoral outcomes. He made it clear that anyone who neglects their duty or tries to obstruct justice to sway political fortunes is gravely mistaken.
I want to tell the police that when there is a reduction of crime in this country, that is not for the welfare, the benefit of any politician. So anybody who believes that when they neglect their duty or when they try through direct or indirect means to cause things not to happen how it ought to happen because they believe that the government or the Prime Minister in particular will be affected at the polls, that is a misthought.
He reiterated that crime must never be used as a political weapon, reaffirming the principle that every citizen, including members of the police force, has the right to hold their own political beliefs. However, he cautioned that these beliefs should never interfere with the execution of justice.
Crime should never be used as a political tool or political weapon. Every man or woman has the right and they reserve the right to have their own political conviction, which you manifest on one day. And that day was the 22nd of July, 2021. So if you do your arithmetic right, and you add 5 years to that, you will know that that day will be here before July 2026.
Highlighting the serious responsibility police officers bear, namely the power to restrict personal freedoms and prevent crime, the Prime Minister condemned the misuse of this authority for political purposes. He stated that when officers allow political bias to influence their actions, it undermines justice and damages society. He called on police officers to recognize the gravity of their role, urging them to resist misinformation and political manipulation. The Prime Minister emphasized that they should not victimize each other for political reasons, nor sow internal divisions within the force.
When you take that responsibility and you use it for political reasons, because you believe that when you do it, some politician would get out of office. I want to urge the members of the police force to understand the seriousness of their job, not to allow misinformation, not to victimize each other for political reasons, not to create an environment where there is division because of political reasons.
Addressing internal unity, he stated that division within the police should only exist between the corrupt and the non-corrupt. He called for a spirit of solidarity and integrity within the service, emphasizing that unity is essential for effective law enforcement.
It should not be division because of political reasons or because we assume or we presume that some of us support a particular political party. There should not be division because of that. The division should be on lines of principle, should be on lines of good behavior, should be on lines of achievement.
Finally, he reaffirmed his commitment to creating a supportive and conducive environment for law enforcement as the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, dedicated to fostering professionalism, fairness, and justice within the police force. Chloe Dantes, NBC Prime.